What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? I've got the I had my own stream pulled up. Hi, hello, welcome to the Nova Show. I'm your host, Kris Nova. If you're new to the show, welcome. If you're old, welcome back. And if you don't know what you are, welcome to the party. I'm your host, Kris Nova. This is my show where we do whatever the fuck I want to do, and it's great, and I love it, and it's a beautiful show, and you should all be very grateful to be here. Today is a very exciting day for all of you. It's a very exciting day for all of you because you get to watch me. So let's say hi to anybody that we might have joining us in the chat, and then we've got shit to do today. We actually have shit to do, and we're on a pretty tight schedule. So I'm gonna fix my hair before I check the chat. We're on a pretty tight schedule, so we'll do our best to navigate this as best we can. God, I made the mistake of cutting my hair little too short like last year during the pandemic, and now I'm trying to grow it back out. It's like this weird thing right here in my hair that I just can't ever seem to get right, and it of course changes like every 2 weeks as well, so like my strategy is just constantly being evolved. Anyway, I'm your host, Kris Nova. Welcome to the studio. We're here live in San Francisco, California. There we are, where we do all of our streams. I've got a little more light on than usual today, so we're gonna mess around with some of the colors here and see if we can't get, there's a nice background for everyone, and then the background will actually look a lot better when we cut over into our normal stream mode that we like to use so much. So right now, I need to say hi in the chat, but before I do that, we're gonna be doing a little bit of a pre-game exercise. We're going to be getting some stuff ready for our stream later. That starts in about 30 minutes. And hopefully the one in 30 minutes will be like our first run of this new idea that I have, and I'll explain here more in a second. And we're going to be spending this 30 minutes kind of getting ready for that. So we have a couple of chores that we should probably write down, and then we're going to get those chores done. So let's see who we have here in the chat. Pulling that up now. Pecom, one of our classic vintage mods, as I like to think of Pecom, she's joining us. We don't see Pecom very much because Pecom's in the middle of a very important business project at the moment, and nothing but love and support for her in all of the work that she's doing. So it's really good to see Pecom here. We don't normally do midday streams, which explains why this one's a little bit weird, and probably why we're able to get Presumptuous Commoner here to join us. Cesar, another classic. We love Cesar. Cesar is our friend from South America, joins another one of our mods. Cesar is in charge of asking questions, letting me know when I fuck shit up, and also very much in charge of our visual aesthetic here on the Nova Show. Tara, one of our longtime followers, and it looks like we have a handful of other folks, and hopefully some more will be joining, and we can say hi to some new friends as they join, as we kind of go through the process here. And we'll do a quick chat or a quick tweet together, and then we're gonna jump right into what we're doing. So if you have questions, be sure to ask and let me know. Well, that kind of gives away the theme of the show already, so we can blow that up a little bit, and let's hop in Twitter, and let's just tell the Twitter people what we have going on, and maybe some people will join us today. We'll see. I have the day off of work, so I'm able to do a little bit more than usual. I don't really know what all this is, but yeah, there we go. Pcom just retweeted, thank you. So I'm gonna do one myself. I'm gonna say doing a quick pre-game 30 minutes or so to prepare for the 12 o'clock Cube API server experiment later today. Come hang out, and join the party. Cool. James Sargent starting the stream just as I finish work. Sorry about that, James. I can, we sometimes do them earlier in the day, but we encourage you to stay if you can, and if not, all of our streams are now archived. If you go to nivenly.com, which there should be links all over the stream page here, or you can just Google nivenly.com, or probably even just Google my name. We're going to add a, another little link to this, but if you want to come and see this archive, actually, let's just do it right now while we're here. We need to make a few updates anyway, so we're just going to do it now. James says, good old US and UK time difference, but I'll catch what I can see. So yeah, no worries. We got to jump in here and make a few updates anyway, James, so you're actually making our life a lot easier for us. So what we want to do is we want to come down to our config toml, and we want to grep for archive, and we're going to add our YouTube channel right up here at the top. So it's over here on the left now. But we're also going to add it here to this archive up at the top. And we'll add a little bit of language around it as well, so that if you do miss any of these, you'll be able to come in and see our little archive here of streams that we do. And we might even build like some automation around this, so we can start to create MD files for all of these as we go for a while. Oh, Tara says, oh yeah, I noticed that the title of the restream video on YouTube has a different name now. Yeah, so we have to build like some tooling for that, and that kind of gives us more projects to work towards together. And with all these projects, we can use them, of course, as ways to share people, how to use, share with people how to use Go, how to use Kubernetes, how to hit the YouTube API and do all this fun stuff. So there's just good lessons to learn all the way. So we'll build like a little command line tool or something that will like, create a new markdown, create a new YouTube video, populate all the fields with fancy keywords, give us a cute image, kind of do all the busy work for us so that we don't have to think about it. And we can just get down to business of creating each of these little streams. So anyway, we're going to update this, and we're going to add a, yeah, that's probably good. We'll just push this really quick. So we'll go to nivenly.com, sudo e alice deploy. And anyway, James, as soon as this is deployed, you'll now be able to click that archive button on nivenly.com, and that'll take you to the YouTube, so you'll be able to watch this tomorrow, which will be about midnight for us whenever you wake up and start your very important business job tomorrow. So, what we have going on today, we have a lot to get through, and we don't have much time. The first thing we need to do is we need to build a short code. And that's going to allow us to embed YouTube videos directly into one of these markdowns, which we'll use that later for the tooling we were just talking about with Tara, and we're going to use that for these little episodes that we're doing. We also need a name. If people want to suggest names, we all know I hate naming things, so feel free to suggest any sort of name that you would want, but these are going to be 30 to 60 minute questions from Twitter. And if we just want to call it questions from Twitter, we certainly can. And basically, I'll pick a tweet that asks me a question, and I'll answer it, and I'll record it and do a small blog for each one of these. And they're just going to be little episodes, little concrete, like, what do you want to know? What is eBPF? How does the Kubernetes API server work? How do you climb a mountain, right? Just like quick and easy, dirty little questions. And once we have them answered, we can, continue to iterate on them. So that's the premise of the show. And we have our first one today, and we're just doing some of the pre-game work for that. Now, groovy. Okay, so we want to pull up the docs on what is how to create a Hugo shortcode. I like this music. We're going with classical today, by the way. So I want like an example, just a really quick. So here are two examples of paired shortcodes. MD shortcode, stuff to process in the center. No, I just want shortcodes with markdown. No, this is just way too I just want like, how do I define variables in Markdown and how do I get them into HTML? Here's an example. Here we go. This is figure input example.md. So we do figure source title is this. Okay. And then we do figure output example. Bloggers often want to include GitHub gist when writing posts. Let's see, is there a highlight one? Okay, so here we go. So this is so, basically I just want like, actually let's just do this. Hugo YouTube shortcode. Let's see if there's kind of an example here. Embed YouTube. This is exactly what we want. If your video link is this. Hugo has a feature called shortcodes with them. Can I just do this? Let's see if this works. It'd be cool if it just worked, but I doubt it will. It doesn't seem like it will. So we can test here. I created this one called clusterfuck last night, and we can actually just go here and we can just copy this. I mean, this is basically what we want it to do. And in here we can do, what is it? Hugo serve here. And then we can go here and we'll just grab this. And we should be able to go to lib, clusterfuck, and there it is. That's exactly what we want to do. That was easy as fuck. Okay, that one's done. Next song. Next song. One song in the bank. Next song. That was easy. We're crushing it today. Cool. So we can do that, and let's look at it. And there we go. And so now we have 2 YouTube videos here embedded. Sick. And let's, while we're in here, we'll do in. Beautiful. I read this like, I want people to read this like the intro to Law and Order SVU. In 2019, I gave a FOSDEM talk about the Kubernetes code base. In 2020, I gave another FOSDEM talk about hacking into a Kubernetes cluster. Both of these words use clusterfuck in their title. These are their videos. Right? Like, doesn't that just seem like super, like these are their stories? So anyway, here is this one and here's that one, and now they're both in the same place. And so this is an example of how we want all of these to look. They're gonna have a matching card like this, and then you'll be able to hit play, and you can see this is just like my FOSDEM keynote thing that I did. And so you can like come in and you can, you know, watch it here. But we're gonna basically be building like a page that will look like this for each one of these little, what did PCOM call them? Nova bursts. And so we'll build some automation to kind of like stub all this out for us and set everything up. Okay, so anyway, that's that one. So we will create a, we're gonna create a new directory here. We'll call them bursts. See, this is what happens, is I don't tell people how serious that their suggestions are gonna be taken, but PCOM just named our thing. And when I do that, people name it, and then I don't have to think about the name, and then we're stuck with it. And that's just what it's called. And I can blame everything on PCOM. Okay, so we're gonna create a new one. So we're actually gonna name these kind of like this. We're gonna do 001. This will be cube API server .markdown. And we can just start to kind of flesh out what this is gonna look like based on our little FOSDEM one we just did. So this will be, we'll just call this episode 1. This will be cube API server. What's today? Today is the 6th, so April. And really, I'm gonna do 6th of April 2021. I'm just switching over to a proper date format, I've decided. And we'll call these Nóva bursts, Kubernetes, Kris, Nóva, API server, Cube, API server, container, Kubernetes. Cool. And here, we can get rid of that. And then we'll just basically say episode 1 of Nóva bursts. And of course, PCOM, we can always change these later. So here at the top, we'll just put in, real quick, we'll delete all of this, and we'll just give it a title, and it'll just be our question, right? And it's basically, the question here is how does the Kubernetes API server work? And then we'll have our YouTube video, which will be, this will be the ID of the video that we're about to make here. It'll start in about 15 minutes. And we'll put that ID right there. And, oh, we don't want a capital S. There we go. And, yeah, so, and then this way we can, you know, we can put examples and we can basically take notes here for each one of these. So the idea will be that this is just like a quick little, like, hey, ask me a question, and this is how I'm going to start answering questions on the internet. So when people ask me things, there's a non-zero chance I'll just do one of these, and I can use it for any question, right? And that way it's kind of like, it's a resource that we can share with anyone. So I like the idea of just being able to, like, knock these out, right? You know, 15, 20 minutes, I can go answer a question. We'll jump here in the studio, fire everything up, turn my camera on, run a command line script, wham, bam, thank you, sir. We're off to the races. So that's kind of the success criteria of our little project here. So how does the Kubernetes API server work? So let's make sure we have everything we need to do that. Cool. So let's jump here. I feel like there's something else I was wanting to do for each one of these. Well, I guess let's do this really quick. We're gonna go back to Kates.io. We're gonna go into Kubernetes, and we're gonna do make help. Ooh, and here it is. The infamous Kubernetes make file. Wow, this thing has grown. So there should be a what? Here they are. We have clean meta. No, I just want, it should just be make what equal. Here we go. What can make all. This is what we want. Beautiful. That's our little example there. So I don't want to get too much into this, but I do want to make sure that we can at least time this really quick as well. So let's do, how many cores do I have on this? I have 16 cores. Let's see how long this takes really quick to make all J16. And then if not, we can jump over on Alice, and we can do this on Alice if we want to, and really, I mean, we have compute. Let's use it, right? So we're gonna see how long this is it make all quick release? Let's do real quick before we run this command. Let's do a make help grep quick. Make quick release images. Okay, so we're gonna do make quick release images. That should be it, and we'll see how long this takes. Ah! Oh, sudo e bang bang. There we go. Cesar says, for finding causes, do you have something in your website to allow people to donate? Do you mean to suggest questions, Cesar? For funding causes. Like you want to donate funding to nivenly.com? Is that what you're asking, Cesar? And I'm gonna take a bathroom break before we get going. So we just want to see how long this takes. And while that's running, we can actually jump in another terminal here. And we can, let's just see, we're not even, well, I mean, we're kind of, what I'm looking at right now is I'm basically looking at this top, these 16 numbers up here at the top, and we want to see how this is 26%, 23% right here. We want to see all 16 of these as close as possible to 100. Oh, do you remember when you said you wanted to fund surgeries? Yeah, Cesar, if you want to donate some money, I would say maybe let's hold off and let's actually take that question and turn it into one of my, episode 2. How do I collect money for surgeries? And we can do another answer for that as well. And then we can answer it. If you just have money that you want to give to me so that you don't spend it, there is a donate section in the twitch.tv where you can donate Bitcoin or Ethereum to me. And I can give you my Kris Nóva seal of approval, ironclad. I'm a woman of my word that I won't spend your money, and it'll just go to helping trans people with surgeries as soon as we get that kind of set up and a little bit further along. So that would be the quick answer I have to that. But do you see why I want to do the question and answer thing here? Mostly because I get a lot of questions. And they're good questions, and I want to put together answers to these questions so that people can see this and moving forward. And that's kind of the inspiration here. So let's look at this. So this is still going, and we're not really. I know we're grepping for quick, which is fine. In fact, we can. Let's just do this, and we're gonna do J. I think this J is gonna be why we weren't using our CPU. So let's try this. There we go. And let's go back, and yeah, see how these are now red up here at the top? Some of them are closer, slightly closer to 100. Still not anywhere close to where we want it to be, but we are building container images, so I don't think this can parallelize super well. But yeah, we're gonna see how long this will take. And we do have timestamps here, so we can at least see. Tara says, are you gonna partner with an existing charity or just do it yourself? Probably start a charity from scratch. Just because I have opinions about how I want this to go, and I want this to be a resource for other people and not just like a get out of jail free card. We don't want to just pay for someone's surgery. I mean, we do, like, we 100% are just going to pay for somebody to get a surgery, but it's going to be more than that. And when we pay for someone, we're also going to show, like, we're going to point out the experience with healthcare, and we're going to try to kind of highlight a lot of the pain points and talk about, like, a story about, like, why this is such a big deal. Because honestly, even for myself, like, my FFS, it is life-threatening. I will kill myself if I don't feel like I'm able to take advantage of modern medicine, and that the world is structured in such a way to hurt me. That is a real possibility. I do get depressed. I struggle with depression. This is a real thing. And yeah, and I know I'm not the only trans person out here thinking and feeling like this. And I want to expose it. I want to make it simple for people to understand, and simple to highlight the problem and make it safe. And then more importantly, like, let's get you the surgery, let's keep you alive, let's make you happy, let's get you a job, light a fire underneath of you, and make you a beautiful, successful person that you need to be and that you deserve to be. And then we can deal with paperwork and politics and podcasts and insurance later, right? Like step 1, make you happy. Step 2, figure everything else out. And I just want to make sure that we're staying very true to that philosophy as a charity, right? Like, I don't want to just throw money at the problem, and I also don't want to block on, like, paperwork, right? So it's very much a Nóva concept here. So yeah, Cesar says, I ask because I want people to donate. They could do it through nivenly.com if you know a button for it. Cesar, yeah, if you want to either open up a pull request yourself or add an issue, we can do another episode where we add like a little blog for it, and I might even be able to like do that tonight or something when I'm a little more offline, but we just got shit to do right now. But the answer is yes, Cesar, we should build that, and we should have a lot of this done for us, and even just write down what our charity idea is. Tara seems to support our charity idea, so I think we found our second Nova burst, questions with Nova, which is, what is your trans charity and how do I donate? And we can definitely make that our second Nova burst. Okay, so this is still building, and this is really the one, obviously, that we're focusing on. So it would be cool if we could isolate this, although I don't know if we can. But we can certainly get as close as possible. And I have a feeling that this is going to behave slightly like object files with compiling C, which is as soon as a lot of these are cached, we'll be able to come through and speed up this process quite a bit. So we're going to try a lot of this. Let's see what we get here. This music might be better. If not, we're going to go back to our normal ambience that we have. We probably ought to also compose some music for this as well. Okay, so we're on kube proxy now. Okay, and we have about 5 minutes before we're going to hit the record button for our 30-minute what is the Kubernetes API server. So let's make sure, let's do some research really quick. I just want to make sure, and in fact we can do that here. So we're going to kget po, we're going to alias ks is equal to kubectl namespace kube system, kget po, ks get po. And this is the one we want to get. So we're going to ks get po this. Oh YAML, this should be a static pod. Let's look at this. So this is really what we're doing here. I want type kind pod. And let's ks get service. And we have cluster IP. Of just kube DNS, and we have kget svc. How do we, the question is, how are we exposing this? We'll do kget svc all namespaces. Here we go. And we have kube DNS, we have, so I think it's this one, but is it 443? Is nivenly.com on 4? Because it's got to be, let's SSH. I honestly don't even know. Let's check this before we start teaching people. Let's SSH novix at nivenly.com, and let's nmap localhost. So we've got, and let's curl localhost 443. Because if we go, and let's do, we're gonna go here really quick. Let's cat, I'm gonna pull off the screen because I'm actually gonna look at something in the kube config. And I don't want to share all my auth material. So it's 6443, that's what I thought. So what is actually doing that proxy? There's gotta be maybe IP tables. Whoop, well, you got some of it, but not all of it. And if you want to go through and type that up, go for it. I really don't care. And we can meet. Great. And cool. So we're now on Alice, and let's curl localhost grep, or no, let's nmap localhost. I don't see it here, but if we curl localhost on 6443, we should get, yeah, HTTPS server. So it's listening. And if we, let's go to sudo e bash, and let's list, I thought I had We're on Alice. Where's all of my... Oh, it's because I did sudo E. So I want to... How do we list all IP tables rules? Isn't it IP tables L? Yeah, and let's grep for 6443. Let's find our... What's our IP tables list all? How to list and delete. I have to pee so bad. Cap S, that's what we're looking for. And we'll grep for 443. And let's grep for API. And grep 6443. All right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And then we'll get started with the API server, and we'll do some of this hacking live. So I'm gonna disconnect the stream and then start off, and we'll do a quick intro, and hopefully we get as far as actually showing how that gets exposed, which I don't know, and we'll figure out live on our little Ask Me Anything here. So I'll see everyone in about 2 or 3 minutes with a fresh stream right here live on twitch.tv/KrisNóva or nivenly.com/live. See everybody in about 2 minutes.